Hi, I just want you to take a moment to think about how tax can be relevant to you, both personally as well as professionally, regardless of the actual degree that you're doing. Doing the tax majors, or some electives from it, can be relevant to your future professional careers as well as you personally. We all have to pay tax. It affects our investments and our wealth. Also, it can affect how we provide for our families. Also, the way we structure our businesses. Additionally, it can affect how the government may have funds to provide critical social services and goods. Understanding about tax will help you. Let's look at a case study to see how tax can be relevant to a number of different majors within Griffith University. Cooper wants to run a recycling business. She's able to efficiently convert e-waste into new technology. Cooper's looking to license the technology, employ 10 staff, attract investors, purchase some land and equipment, and also in the future, there's the potential to be able to export the idea overseas. Let's look at how this could be relevant to different degrees. Well, initially, obviously, Cooper needs tax advice. This tax advice could relate to such things as what structure to use, whether a company or a discretionary trust. Also, whether the business needs to be GST registered. To give tax advice in Australia, you actually need to be a registered tax agent. Doing the tax major meets these educational requirements. If you're doing the accounting major, Cooper may need advice in terms of her business cash flow. The taxes the business has to pay will affect this cash flow. You'll need to know the amount of the taxes and the timing of that. Doing the accounting major alone will not allow you to give tax advice. You actually need to be additionally a registered tax agent, not just an accountant. Financial planning. As part of the business, Cooper may want to set up a self-managed super fund and put her business assets in that, which can be a tax-effective way. Financial planning students doing the tax major will give them the extra benefit of knowing more about tax and how to do more sophisticated structuring and understand what potential concessions could be available for their clients. If you're doing innovation and entrepreneurship, running your own business, it's so critical for you to have an understanding about some of the tax obligations that your business will need to know about. Because you need this basic understanding so when you're talking to professional advisors, you can understand and fully comprehend the advice that you're getting. Finance. In terms of financing a business, there's two major sources: borrowing money or equity, such as the issuing of shares. The tax implications of different equity financing is varied. And so it's important for finance students to appreciate the after-tax returns different financing operations will have. Real estate and property development. Cooper, as part of this, may lease the land and buildings. And by leasing the land and buildings, it may enable her to negatively gear that. And so therefore, the interest payments can be utilised against the business income and be more tax effective. It's useful for students doing real estate and property development to actually have some idea about the different taxes that can apply to real estate. Economics and government international relations. A big part of the government's policy is taxation, and this can be used to stimulate the economy, or it can be used to drive behaviours. If you're doing economics or government and international relations, it's critical for you to have a sound understanding of its tax system, because this is an instrument that the government regularly utilises to try to raise revenue. Law students. For Cooper, she will need to get legal advice about many of the transactions, like purchasing the land and buildings or the licensing agreement. As a lawyer, it's critical for you to understand what some of the tax implications of these agreements are. For example, will the licensing agreement be subject to GST? Will it have to be declared for income tax? Lawyers having some understanding of tax can help them give better advice to their clients. Students just looking to increase their further wealth. Tax has a fundamental implication on our different investments. The way interest is taxed is totally different to, say, dividends. Also, negative geared rental properties. For your own interest, it's useful to have an understanding about tax. Hopefully this has made you think about the tax major or electives from it, and whether it's the right choice for you.